Florio has a lot of petals. Each one has their own unique attributes, such as antennae allowing you to see further, honey getting mobs' attention, or jelly repelling mobs. But there are some things about certain petals that just don't seem perfect to me, whether I would change them in minor ways for fun, or in major ways because they just annoy me. That's why today, I'm going to introduce some of my concepts of changing some things about these petals to make them better in my opinion. That's right, these are just my opinions, so don't get mad at me if I say something that's out of your favor. Hey everyone, this is Triton, and these are the Florio petals I would change. Let's start off with a random one, the square. Okay, I'm not quite sure how to explain this, but maybe make it appear randomly out in the wild so it can be killed and obtained. Even then, how should it be useful? Next up is honey. To me it seems kinda wrong for this to not attract the same rarity of mobs as itself, so maybe it should do that. Sure, it might lead to it getting a heavy nerf, but I think it would make a nice trade-off. And now we have claw. Right now, it deals extra damage if the victim is above 80% health. That seems a bit too specific. Maybe you could make it do extra damage depending on the victim's health. In other words, the higher the victim's health, the more damage it does. I know it might be a huge rework, but I think it'll be worth it. Moving on, we have air. Now this is probably going to be very controversial, but while I do understand that this is a joke petal and only useful as free XP, I think this is in fact deserving of a use. And I think I have a genuine idea as how. Hear me out. Faster, but on steroids. Like, do you know how much air actually weighs? Nothing! Exactly! So this should make your petals go... Next in line are Cutter and Geranium. These should have some more accessibility. You see, both of these drop from the Digger, which spawns sometimes in ant holes, which on their own are not very common, especially the garden ones. Yes, it turns out the fire ants and termites are more dominant than the regulars. Not only that, you can't attack it either, and it flees from enemies when it reaches low health, making it a real challenge to obtain its loot. I have two methods to counteract this. 1. Make normal ant holes spawn more often. 2. Give the Digger a chance to be aggressive to flowers, thus making them attack it back. That way they can kill it directly so they can get the loot. Now we have peas and grapes. Back in the early days of Florio, these petals used to be almost the same. They would start out as peas with the description 4-in-1 deal, and then from rare and onward, they would become modern day grapes, and gain a new description, 4-in-1 deal, now with a secret ingredient, poison. But then, one day, they became separate petals, while still keeping their descriptions. However, this gives the grapes a new problem. I'm not sure how to explain this, but since the grapes description still references the peas, someone could obtain grapes before peas, and get confused. So that's why I would change the descriptions of both petals. Yes, both petals. Like say, change peas to a strong 4-in-1 deal, because peas are a bit stronger than grapes, and grapes to a poisonous 4-in-1 deal, something like that. Moving on, we have basic. No, I'm not saying these should be buffed or nerfed, but rather, I'm saying that the rarities beyond common should be recyclable. I understand that you're not supposed to recycle this petal, especially early in the game, but you only spawn with common ones, which makes it seem unnecessary to make the rest unrecyclable. And now we have soil. Just a fun little thing. The lower the health that you have, the lesser the effects of this petal. For example, if its flower were at 89% health, the soil would only affect 89% of what it normally would, except for max health, as that would just mess everything up. And now we have Dahlia. You know how some petals that are technically multiple petals of the same type increase in quantity with their rarity? This is one of those petals that doesn't actually do that. So I would like to see it do so. Maybe something like Common 3, Unusual 3, Rare 3, Epic 3, Legendary 4, Mythic 4, Ultra 5, and Super 5, or 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, or 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. Any combination will be just fine for me. You may give sand and orange a similar treatment, if not the same. Also, rename it to oranges because it's multiple oranges, not one orange. Seriously, dude, can you even count? Next is pincer. Can you please make us use them like the scorpions use them? Like missile, but poisonous, instead of slowing mobs and poisoning them, which makes little sense to me. The slowing part, not the poison. And now we have the good ol' antennae. The effect it has on you should be its own unique stat in the skill tree. Just saying. I mean, hey, might as well do the same for powder and bone because why not? Okay, pearls up next. There should be some kind of black variant. I don't know what it would do differently, but it would be interesting to have in the game. Then again, it might look a bit too similar to Heavy, but hey, you can just change Heavy's color to like dark gray or whatever. Now, this one is optional, but for the YGG Drazel, you can make more common variants of it to drop. I know it's going to be a lot of work, but you can do it. I know you can. Just like with the Basil, this one just isn't very common. They only drop from the Ultra and Super Queen Ant and Queen Fire Ants, which on their own are among the rarest mobs in the whole game. So if this could drop from the more common variants, and maybe even the Termite Overminds, I would be happy with that. After all, there is code for the lesser variants, so it is certainly possible. And now it's time for the dang Clover. Now this one just doesn't make sense. It's just the leaves! Just look at this. For the first 4 rarities, the Clover has 3 leaves, but when it goes to Legendary, it has 4. And then it has 5. Then 6. Then... 7! Well, that's weird. I swear it was at 7 at one point. To me, Legendary seems too soon to be a 4-leaf Clover. I understand that Legendary is a great rarity. After all, it used to be the best. But nowadays, it's overpowered by 3 more rarities. The strongest of which sounds like it should be weaker than Legendary. So now I feel like Legendary is way too easy to obtain, especially late in the game. Whew. Like you're more likely to obtain a Legendary Clover than to find a 4-leaf Clover IRL. That's why I would like the 4th leaf to be saved for a later rarity, preferably Super. But if you decide to make it a sooner rarity, then no matter what, add no more leaves later on, because a 5-leaf Clover is just absurd. Next up are the eggs. Don't make them say that something interesting might pop out of this, because something definitely will. I know this because it literally happens every time someone equips these petals. Eclipse? I meant equips. Okay, anyways, it's time for Dandelion. Remember that quantity per rarity thing that we talked about earlier with the Dahlia? Well, this one does that, but not in a way that satisfies me. Like, look at this. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3. Now that doesn't seem very smooth, does it? I think it should be something like 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Or 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. That seems better. Another petal that has this problem is light. Take a look. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5. Why did it just totally skip 4? Are you trying to follow the Fibonacci pattern or something? If so, you might as well make it something like 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 5. Or 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, 5. And if not, you might as well make it something like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Or 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. Continuing this trend, we have pollen. This time, it's 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. How about 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4 or something? Also, it's not very descriptive. And now to end this random chain, we have Stinger. Now it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 5, 5. What the heck is that jump? Fix it like I fixed Light already. Okay, now that that's all Okay, now that that's out of the way, we have the Starfish. Similar to the Claw, it should increase health regen depending on how low your health is. Again, it could be a major rework, but it'll be worth it, to me at least. Okay, it's about time I get Third Eye out of the way. Just remove it. Yes, I'm serious. Here's why. If you know exactly what a third eye is, then you'll understand that's actually bad for you. So just get out of here and have your functionality replaced by some other pedal. Another pedal that has this problem is Mark. It's a useless cycle with evil origins, so yeah. Remove it. Okay, now that that's out of the way, we have Bubble. This one suffers a terrible fate. You see, this pedal was introduced when the ocean biome came out. And during that time, there were some very lazy descriptions introduced. All of the ocean mobs suffered that fate, but somehow, none of their pedals did. Except this one! What the heck, dude? People need to know what these pedals do. Here's a major one. The wing. First of all, these are just a bit too abundant. Can you maybe tone down their drop rate just a little bit? Second of all, does anyone else get annoyed when you have a bunch of these and they all get out of sync? Maybe this should follow some sort of internal clock or something. Internal as in attaching to the flower? I don't know. Third of all, can you not make it do this? Like, how does that even happen? Then there's the magnet. This looks way too artificial to be in this game. Like, what creature in this game would even make something so much like a human would? I guess maybe the fire ants because it drops from their burrows, but it also drops from shells, which are from an entirely different habitat. So maybe not really. So for that, can you please make it look more natural somehow? And lastly, we have the bulb. Ugh. This has the same problem as Magnet, looking way too artificial. But then again, I don't see any other way of how it could look, so I guess this one gets a pass. For now. Well, that's about all I can think of. What are your thoughts and opinions about these pedals? Do you agree with any of my opinions? Did I miss anything? Be sure to let me know in the comments. Also, be sure to leave a like, share this video with others, and subscribe so you don't miss out on another video. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everyone.